All right, everyone, it's Norristown basketball time. Boys basketball once again. I'm Jeff Brandon here with Alan Riley, and tonight the Eagle boys take on the Methacton Warriors. I don't know what kind of a basketball game it's going to be. Norristown 13-2 this year. Methacton having some problems as usual, and I think they might be outclassed tonight.
Well, Methacton only has one victory this season, and that came only a couple nights ago. But it's tough because Norristown coming off a very tough loss against Edison, the inventors from Philadelphia. Methacton, meanwhile, coming in here with their first victory. I'm sure they're going to be playing on an up note, have some momentum, and have a little more excitement than usual on their team. And it's tough because Norristown may come in here. They're looking for a team where they could possibly blow them out. I know we heard a lot of the players joking that they were going for 100 tonight. But you can't get overconfident because this is the type of team that you have to be especially cautious of because of the two positions and the way they're coming into this ball game.
Okay, well, I don't even know if that Edison loss is going to have an adverse effect against Norristown. I think they may be so up for this ball game to redeem themselves. The ball game after loss, Norristown played a fantastic game, had a nice big win. And also coming in here, we have Darren Queenan coming off another fine performance.
That's right. Darren had 20 points in that loss to Edison along with 10 rebounds, 17 of those points coming in the first half. And, of course, Jerome Reinhardt, who Coach Cresswell noted, was probably the only player for Norristown who wasn't intimidated by the size and the bulk of the Edison inventors. Jerome coming off an 8-point game and I think 10 boards also.
Okay, Methacton here, what are they going to have to do to control Norristown? I assume they're going to slow the pace down.
Obviously, you don't want to get Norristown in a running game. This is a totally different scene than we had when they Edison, of course, Norristown didn't want to get into a running game with. Now it's Methacton that doesn't want to get in a running game against Norristown. Okay,
we're almost ready to begin play right here. I don't know, who knows what kind of a ball game it's going to be. If the JV contest is any indication, it's going to be a great ball game. You never know. And, of course, the girls' basketball game, Methacton playing two fine squads. But boys basketball varsity, that's a different story. All right, we'll be back in just a moment with the play-by-play.
Starting lineups are just being announced for the two teams here. Starters, number 42, Bill Ledger for Methacton. Number 20 is Mike Boggs. Number 32, Jerry Corrigan. Number 34 is John Romano, and the player out there before we started this was number 22, Mike Kuhn. For Norristown tonight, the starters in the backcourt will be number 10, Chuck Walker, along with number 15, Darrell Wise. The center will be number 23, Dante Woods. The forwards, number 24, Jerome Reinhardt at the power forward position, and number 12, Darren Queenan at the small forward position.
And now we have our national anthem. There's our national anthem, and we're ready to begin play here. As Alan just told you, we have Darrell Wise, Chuck Walker, Jerome Reinhardt, and Darren Queenan out on the floor for Norristown. We assume it'll be Darren Queenan doing the leaping for Norristown. Darren, not the tallest player out there by any means, but he leaps like he's 7 feet tall. And here come the Warriors out onto the court. Alan, I'll give you a break, and I'll do play-by-play for the first quarter so you can have a quarter to learn the names. Okay, going up from Methacton, it's number 20, Mike Boggs. Okay, Queenan wins the tap, goes over to Reinhardt, and back to Chuck Walker, bring it up court for the Eagles. Okay, Norristown looking for the set play. They've got Wise down in the left corner into Reinhardt. Puts a move on, easy shot, and a quick basket for Jerome Reinhardt. The Eagles up on top, 2-0. It's Romano with the ball for the Warriors. Eagles with the box and one zone defense. Romano over to Kuhn. Ball's knocked away by Dante Woods. It's going to roll out of bounds, however, and Methacton will have the ball right back again. And Romano, Chuck Walker comes out on him. They go over to Corrigan. Corrigan goes down low to Ledger, back to Corrigan. Warriors doing what we expected them to do, waiting for that shot. Haven't seen anything close to the basket yet from Methacton. Kuhn goes over to Corrigan, nothing there. Jerry takes it back outside. Methacton players doing a lot of talking, but not too much action court-wise. Okay, they go over to Ledger. Well, this is really exciting. Okay, they go over inside. There's the layup. Won't go for number 20, Mike Boggs. And Norristown comes away with the rebound. So, scores 2-0, 6:30 left to go in the first quarter. Eden thinks about putting the shot up, stops, back outside to Jerome Reinhardt. They go to Wise. You put that jumper up from there any time of the day for Darrell Wise. So, 2 points for Darrell, 4-0 Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to get 100 points if Methacton takes a minute and a half every time they get possession of the ball. Almost a steal by Chuck Walker. But the Warriors come away with it. Number 42, Ledger, puts the shot up from the outside. Won't go. Rebound taken by Corrigan, though. Queenan strips him of the ball. And Corrigan gets it outside. They go over to Kuhn, who misses the shot. Going to have a foul called on Dante Woods down low, fighting for that rebound. One thing I'll give the Methacton fans credit for, they're really rabid. I mean, anything their team does, boy. They get the ball out of bounds. Standing ovation. It's great. Okay, steal by Jerome Reinhardt. No, they get it over to Corrigan. Step on the end line. Norristown's ball. Good play by Jerome.
That's right. Jerome anticipated where that inbound pass was going to go, and he was right there to knock it back.
What analysis. All right, 5:54 left to go in the first quarter. 4-0 Eagles.
Remember, there's 3 more quarters to go here.
Well, there's a nice pass by Chuck Walker. It's a shame there was nobody there to receive it. So Methacton with the ball from the baseline. Romano slows things up and brings it across the timeline. Chuck Walker out there on defense. Darrell Wise with his hands up. Kuhn. Jerome Reinhardt challenging Kuhn to shoot. Won't do it. Over to Ledger. Back outside now. Kuhn's got the ball. Woods is on him. Well, Methacton the ball right here in front of us. We're seeing a lot of action here. Good dribbling drills. Now they've got a set play going. Over to Boggs. All right, back outside to Romano.
Well, you can see what Methacton's doing here, going with a pattern offense, trying to set the tone for this ball game. But besides that, they're just waiting for a break to come through in the Norristown zone.
Okay, cross-court pass picked off by Darren Queen, and he's going to go down. He's got Darrell Wise behind him, goes in himself, makes the layup. Good play by Darren. And I think that's what's going to happen here tonight. The longer Methacton, you can wait for a good shot, but hey, you do it for a minute and a half, somebody's going to get the ball stolen. Corrigan keeps giving that ball outside. Romano over to Kuhn. Now to Ledger, back outside to Kuhn. I don't know all these fellas' names. They keep passing the ball around. Good defense by Norristown, not letting that Warrior offense penetrate 2-3 zone. Boxing one, I guess, is. They've got Dante in the middle there. So Methacton still with the ball, waiting for a shot. Allen tells me it's a 2-1-2 zone that Norristown's play. They throw the ball out of bounds, and there it is once again with the turnover. Methacton taking 2 shots on goal from the outside, and nothing's going for them. It's 6-0 Eagles, 3:33 left to go in the first quarter. Walker sets the play up for Norristown. Darrell Wise, quick pass inside, knocked away by Methacton, but Chuck Walker puts the shot up. Air ball, rebound by Jerome Reinhardt, puts the layup up. Reverse won't go, rebound by Queenan. Tries to put a shot up, he's fouled in the process. Basket won't go, but Darren will go to the line for the Eagles. Does Methacton get any points for time of possession?
Only if you're in North Carolina and you're under Dean Smith. No, but what Methacton, someone sooner or later, they have to stop being so reluctant to take that outside shot. Someone has to just try to pop one from outside. Have they gotten a shot on basket?
They have 2 that hit off the rim, yeah.
Not bad.
Okay, Queenan makes the first free throw attempt. One more coming. So 2 for Darren, it's 8-0 Eagles.
This might be a 46-20 game at the end of 4.
Okay, they get it over to Kuhn, drives down the lane. Good block by Darren Queenan, nice clean block. And they say Norristown knocks the ball out of bounds, so Methacton will have it. And there's not too much room for error here in this Methacton gymnasium. You go past the basket, you're into the wall. Corrigan, bounce pass down low, shots up, won't go for him, but he's fouled by Darrell Wise. It's number 20, Mike Boggs. Bring on the cheerleaders, that's what I say.
The Norristown cheerleaders aren't even here tonight.
No, I was talking with some of the girls this afternoon, and they're not cheering tonight. They did cheer at the home ball game against Thomas Edison High School, but absent here this evening. I know we'll miss them.
I know you will.
Okay, nothing goes for Methacton. In and out both times for Boggs. Darrell Wise comes down court for the Eagles. Now we're going to have traveling. That's right, Darrell took an extra step in there. Well, I'll tell you, folks, it's a good thing I'm paying attention to this ball game, or Alan Raleigh would have Methacton with 6 or 10 points already. Okay, the shot goes up from the outside by Corrigan. In and out, won't go. Corrigan puts the shot up. It's no good. Dante Woods comes away with it for Norristown. Look at this man ball handling. Drives. Oh, what a play by Dante. Gets the slam. Looked like Dr. J there. 2 strides from the top of the circle. 2 strides, and he slammed the ball. Timeout Methacton, and that's a good timeout, folks. 10-0, 2:21 left in the first quarter. What a play by Dante Woods. Wait a minute, before you say anything, Alan, let's watch the Methacton cheerleaders here. What do you say?
I think that might be more of a highlight than watching the Methacton offense operate.
It's quite interesting. They face this way, too. This is great.
Well, that's because we're set up on the wrong side of the gymnasium tonight.
No, we're not. We're on the right side.
They're the Norristown fans over there, aren't they?
Yeah, but the Methacton cheerleaders are facing us. There are a lot of Methacton fans over there.
Well,
I don't know what you said, Alan, but let's forget that.
We'll have 4 quarters to debate this.
No problem. Why don't you go down and ask one of the cheerleaders?
I'll tell you, though, Dante looked like a train taking off. Nothing was going to get in his way. It didn't matter how many guys were there. Dante was going in for the slam. You could just see it in his face.
Shot up. Oh, it falls for him, and he's fouled in the process. Good play that time. Bill Ledger gets the basket. First 2 points of the ball game for the Warriors. And chance for a 3-point play. Oh, there go the cowbells over on the Methacton side. I told you, those fans are great. They came prepared. And I believe our ball games are seen in Lower Providence. So maybe some of the Methacton fans watching this ball game. Basket's good that time for Ledger, so 3-point play for him, 3 points for the Warriors. It's 10-3 Eagles, 2:04 left to go in the first quarter. I'm Jeff Allen Raleigh, and of course the Norristown Area School District is bringing you this ball game. Good pass by Chuck Walker into Darren Queenan. Queenan puts the shot up. Foul call on John Romano. Romano does not like it, but that doesn't matter. Darren Queenan's going to go to the line shooting 2. Our officials this evening are Jeff Marmon and Sid Young. Queenan goes down low to Reinhardt, puts off the side of the rim, gets his own rebound, and makes the basket. Off the glass for Jerome, give him 4 points in the ball game, 12-3 Eagles. They get the ball over to Kuhn. Ledger, the man with the points. Okay, we have him bouncing it outside the baseline. So it's Norristown's ball. A little mental mistake there, Al?
That's right. Ledger wasn't really paying attention to what part of the court he was on there. Trying to do was going to the basket.
Cross court to Dante Woods, back outside to Chuck Walker. Wise has the easy jump shot. Up, no good for him. Rebound falls away, taken by number 22, Mike Kuhn. So the Eagles are ahead, 12-3, 1:10 left to go in the first quarter. Oh, what a shot that time by John Romano, and he makes it. Little Harlem Globetrotter-ish there. Good play by Romano for the basket. 12-5 now. And we're under a minute here in our first section. Pass goes over to Woods, turnaround, shot up, falls away, no good. Rebound by number 20, Mike Boggs. So the Warriors come away with a chance to cut the Norristown lead to 5 points. They're behind by 7, and I guess they'll play for the last shot. Why not? They're good at ball handling. Pass goes down low to Ledger. Good play by Romano. Blocked by Reinhardt and by... Didn't fool anybody there. It was a good crisp pass, but Norristown right on top of that defensively. Substitution, Chuck Walker taking a seat here for the last 25 seconds of the first quarter. Frank Dobbs coming in. They get the ball in, knocked away by Woods, taken by Reinhardt up to Darrell Wise. Wise has got Darren Queenan. Good play by Darrell. Shot goes up by Queenan. Won't go for him, but he's fouled in the process by number 42, Bill Ledger. So Darren Queenan, for the 3rd time this evening, going to the free throw line. He does have 4 points. Queenan shooting 2, makes the first one. And it's 2 for Darren, so 14-5 the Eagle lead. Romano across midcourt. Kuhn takes a look at the clock, back outside Romano, 10 seconds. Bounce pass knocked away by Dobbs, hard down, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, takes it himself, lays the ball right into the basket. That'll be the end of the first quarter. Outlet pass comes, we have 1 second, put the ball up, no time left. Basket is no good. So after 1 quarter of play, it's 16-5 Norristown. The Eagles have looked impressive. Well, Methacton's tried to slow the pace down, but it has not been effective at all.
That's right, the Eagles jumped out to a quick 10-0 advantage, and even after that timeout taken by Methacton's squad, Norristown scored them 6-5. It's not going to work because you cannot contain a good running team like Norristown. No matter how good, you can go out there and stall it, because eventually, the more you handle the ball, the greater the chances that you're going to have a turnover. And we saw that, the steals, the block passes.
Exactly. All right, Alan, I had an easy first quarter. It went very quickly. Let's see how you do for quarter number 2. I know you've had a tough time this week doing 2 ball games by yourself.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Unbelievable. I was there for the 1 game. I don't know if you realized it, but I was there to do a ball game against Thomas Edison. But I tell you, I'm glad to see that you're getting some of this pressure put on you. When you just go off gallivanting and I have to do the games and you come in the middle of the game or the 3rd quarter, whenever you show up. But to see you here for all 4 ball games in 1 week, it really makes my heart feel good. Is it because you're unemployed?
No, it's because, you see, I'm the 4-year veteran and supposedly the star of the telecast, and that's why, you know, Anthony Coya, the Director of Communications in Norristown, says, hey, you can pretty much take off as much time as you want. Okay, the inbounds pass, and Jerome Reinhardt makes the play. Down to Dante Woods. Woods with another slam. Dante has 2 slams here. It's 18-5 Norristown. And we're underway in the second quarter. Dante's very motivated tonight. I'll tell you, 2 slam dunks already. Not bad. So 18-5, as Jeff told you. Romano with it now on the left side of the key. Yeah, nothing different in this quarter so far. Still Methacton going, slowing things down. This time they got foul, though, is going to be called on number 23, Dante Woods. And going to the line for the Methacton Warriors is going to be number 20, Mike Boggs. And we'd like to thank Pete Callahan, who's doing a good job running camera for us in tonight's ball game. As we said, this game is being brought to you by the Norristown Area School District. They bring you all the men's and women's varsity basketball competition throughout the year. Number 1 is good for Boggs. It's his first point of the evening. Bounces out, and Jerome Reinhardt takes it down for Norristown. Up to Darrell Wise. Wise right around Romano. Wise pulls up from the foul line. No good. Tap by Dante Woods. Misses it, though. Corrigan now on the far side, coming back out to Romano. Romano, top of the key. Inside to Boggs, back to Romano. Ledger and Boggs fighting for position. They go to Boggs. Boggs double teamed, but he gets it.
Now that time it looked like 3-second violation against Mike Boggs. I was standing there watching. Of course, the officials can't see every player at one time, but he was definitely in the lane 3 seconds. Steal that time, comes away John Romano. He's going to have Darrell Wise come against him. Oh, what a block by Darrell Wise, and a clean block at that. Darrell just waited for him, went right down the key, loped down. Romano put the shot up, and Darrell was right there.
Did you notice Romano was tentative, and he was hesitated just a bit going in there for the drive when he should have just went right into the basket and forced Wise?
Exactly, he should have put the ball against Darrell.
Inbound to Corrigan now, right in front of us, and he pops from about 10 feet out. So Jerry Corrigan gets his first bucket now. 18-10, Norristown up by 8, 6:33 to go in the first half. Jerome Reinhardt back to Frank Dobbs, over to Wise now. Dobbs, he puts it up, bounces off the rim, and taken down by Romano of Methacton. 3-on-2, Methacton break. Romano slows things down, then pulls up for the jumper, and it doesn't fall. Wise goes down. I think we're going to have a foul, though. It's going to be on number 42, Bill Ledger, for reaching over. So Norristown's going to take it.
Bit of a switch here with Methacton running the fast break offense. 4-on-2 that time they had. Bad break for them. They didn't come away with the basket. Norristown, I don't think they should take those outside shots. Hey, look at the height they have. Go down low every time. Post somebody up.
Wise outside, though. Round the rim, no good. Taken by Boggs. You're right, Jeff, because you've got Woods, who is about 6'7", Jerome at about 6'4", and Darren at 6'2". They definitely have the height advantage. Norristown used that so effectively this year.
That's right. I don't know why they're not going down low, but hey, they're winning by 8 points. We'll see.
Kuhn pops open for a second, misses the open jumper, though, and it goes out of bounds on Darren Queenan. So Mike Kuhn will inbound it for the Warriors. .540 to go in the half as Romano slowing the pace down as usual. He really sets the tempo out there for the offense. Kuhn right down in front of us. Norristown just patiently waiting back in that zone defense. And Jeff, you know, we discussed earlier about the possible turnovers that can be caused by this type of offense, especially that's even more so evident when you have quick guards like Norristown.
Well, Norristown's been very effective with steals here. Frank Dobbs, Chuck Walker is on the bench right now. Darrell Wise, all these fellas are great with steals, and there's one right there by Darrell Wise, down court on the right-hand side. Takes it himself, really fouled it, makes the basket. Good play by Darrell. Get that underhand shot into the basket, and he's going to have a chance for a three-point play. Doesn't that make us look good when we're talking about steals and Darrell Wise comes up with one?
Hey, isn't that good that I fed you that line perfect on time?
I must admit, you're really getting better. 4 more years, maybe you'll be able to do these things super.
Maybe I'll have a better partner. Anyway, the foul's going to be on John Romano when play resumes. Methacton with the timeout, 20-10. They're trailing 5:01 to go in the half. And right now, Darren Queenan, top man, along with Jerome Reinhardt, they have 6 points apiece for the, and Darrell Wise and Donnie Woods with 4 points apiece. And for the Methacton Warriors, not many. Bill Ledger, 3 points. Mike Boggs with 3, Jerry Corrigan and John Romano with a bucket apiece. Play about ready to resume as the Methacton cheerleaders leave the floor. Wise, number 15 at the line. His backcourt partner, number 5, Frank Dobbs. And the forward line, Dante Woods, number 23. 24 is Jerome Reinhardt, and 12, Darren Queenan for the Eagles. Norristown going to a press here in the backcourt. Finally, they get it up. Ledger loses the ball. Donnie Woods comes out with a steal. Here comes Donnie. Dishes it off to Darrell Wise, and Wise goes in for the easy layup. Now they've got Boggs at the other end open. He waits early and finally goes in for the layup. And I think that's called intimidation. You could see Dante Woods just slapped his hands, and Boggs was looking for him.
Talk about intimidation. Boggs there has an open shot and just waits to see where Dante Woods is. Oh, and what a play by Darrell Wise that last time. Darrell was right down the right-hand side. Dante saw him beautifully, didn't draw the offensive foul, dished it off to Darrell. Easy basket for Norristown. And that's the kind of game the Eagles would like to get into here tonight.
Well, plus I think the Methacton defense was holding back there. They really expected Dante to go in for another slam.
Beautiful play there. Darrell Wise, lob pass to Darren Queenan. Queenan just leaps up the middle of the ball off the glass. Basket's good. Norristown here with a chance for another three-point play. And I think Methacton might be getting sucked in here, running the ball up and down the court. Hey, they might get a basket here that Boggs had, but Norristown's going to come out on the better end of that stick.
Well, Darren's off and running to another big ball game here. 10 points out of Norristown's 25-12. They're leading 4:20 to go in the half. Romano was getting pressured by Dobbs here. Ledger and Bong low from Methacton, but Corrigan pops from the outside. Jerry Corrigan, 6 points, top scorer for the Warriors. 25-14. Methacton back in their 2-3 zone. Queenan to Dobbs, who's open down in the corner. Lob pass to Donnie Woods. Turnaround, in and out for Dante. Taken by Boggs. Oh, what a bounce pass that time. And what an effort by Jerry Corrigan, go diving into the stands and the players' bench to try to retrieve that one. I tell you, the ball looked like it was filled with helium that time. The Boggs.
Yeah, that's right. Jerry Corrigan said hi to Kyle Satterwhite there on the bench there. Nice to meet you, Kyle. A reverse layup by Reinhardt won't go. Gets his own rebound. And back inside to Darren Queenan. Turnaround shot. Nope, traveling called on Darren.
So the Eagles give it up here. Romano a little unsure of himself, stripped by Dobbs over to Queenan. Queenan gets position and goes in there for the off-balance shot.
And that's twice very quickly. We've seen Norristown players avoid the pressure. That's right, not to a press here. But Darren Queenan and Darrell Wise both had Methacton players setting up, trying to draw the foul. Just dribbled right by him like it was nothing.
And Phil Bugg, number 14, will be checking into the ball game for the Eagles at the next stoppage of play. Ledger and Boggs from Methacton just going backdoor constantly, left to right, trying to get open here. Finally goes to Ledger in the left baseline. The jumper bounces off, rebounded by Darren Queenan. Queenan loses, is on the floor. Darrell Wise, we're going to have a jump up here. And Darrell Wise and Darrell, let's see, because we almost have a little fisticuffs here. Ledger going up from Methacton. No, this doesn't surprise me. And I don't mean to pick on anyone here, but I saw Ledger earlier in the ball game when Dante Woods and him went up for a couple rebounds. Ledger came down with a couple elbows, little on, shall we say, the hot side. It doesn't surprise me what just happened.
That's right. They just shook hands here before the jump ball. Darrell Wise took it very calmly. Hey, it's nothing to him. If they get Methacton rattled, all the better for Norristown. Norristown comes away with it.
27-14. Wise, nice pass by Dobbs inside to Reinhardt. Swings it back to Wise. Wise pops from 18. No good. Taken by Darren Queenan. Queenan. Oh, Queenan that time. Fake Mike Boggs. Got him up in the air, and then Queenan put up the shot. Phil Bugg into the game now, replacing Dante Woods for the Eagles. Norristown still pressing. Bill Ledger. Ledger blocked by Phil Bugg. Corrigan coming up with it, though, for Methacton. Back out the Ledger. Over now to Corrigan as they slow things down once again. 29-14. They trail. Corrigan open on the baseline, momentarily gets around Phil Bugg, and his shot rolls around and in. Nice move by Jerry Corrigan. Corrigan, top gun from Methacton. He has 8 points now.
And that time, Phil Bugg committed himself too soon, went for the block, and Corrigan beat him.
Bugg cross court to Dobbs, open on the baseline. It bounces off. Bugg taps it away though, and it goes back to Dobbs. Dobbs to Darren Queenan. Queenan missed the layup that time, but he is fouled by Mike Boggs.
No, I think the foul's going to be called against Darren Queenan now.
Oh, okay. Pushing foul that time. They're going Queenan. And I think they're going to walk into the other end, and Boggs might be going to the line. That's obvious since he just walked up to the line. I guess I was right. Okay. Enough out of you, Brandon. I'll tell you. Boggs will get a second. Starting five, still out there from Methacton as Boggs converts both, 29-18. Methacton's been down as many as 14 points here in this first half. Queenan cross court to Dobbs. Dobbs can't hold on to that pass, double teamed, looking for someone to get to dribble his way out and loses control of the ball. Corrigan picks his pocket that time. Corrigan calling somebody back to help him out there, as he would have traveled if he took a step with it. He passes to Ledger. Breakdown there in communication for Methacton. Inside, Ledger, turnaround, off the backside. Dobbs up to Darrell Wise. Wise in the air, dumps off to Queenan. Queenan stripped of the ball by Corrigan. Second steal in a row by Corrigan. Ledger breaking down, misses the open layup. And that's the type of act that cannot afford. Wise going the other end now. Wise, his shot falls. So you can see end to end, Norristown took advantage of it that time. Wise going in.
Methacton's going to lose this battle. I'm telling you right now, they can't run up and down the court with Norristown.
Corrigan bringing the ball down now for the Eagles. He gives it over to Romano. Romano, it almost goes over the back line there. Gets around Darrell Wise, finds Ledger open back door, and Jerome Reinhardt comes up for the block. Corrigan outside, and he's been the only for the Warriors tonight. 10 points for him, 26 seconds left to go in this quarter. 31-21. Eagles up here in the half. Darrell Wise puts it up with 18 seconds left. What a poor shot that time. Plenty of time left. Corrigan breaking down against Darrell Wise. Corrigan pulls up, gets Wise in the air. High off the glass. It's no good. Queenan with the rebound. Up to Dobbs. Dobbs racing up. 6 seconds left on the clock. Jerome Reinhardt open. And Reinhardt goes in for the layup with 3 seconds left. And that's it to the first half. Norristown up 33-20. Jeff and I will be back to give our comments on this first half in just a moment.
Now at halftime, it's 33-20, Alan. We saw an impressive second quarter, especially from Norristown.
That's right. Methacton came out throughout this ball game. They slowed things down, trying to control the tempo of the game, but it wasn't very successful. Norristown still converted on the turnovers against Methacton. Occasionally during the second quarter where Norristown got the running game intact.
That's right. Norristown being Norristown drawing Methacton into that running game here, especially in the second quarter, and a little bit of frustration on the faces of the Methacton players, especially Bill Ledger, number 42. He almost had that fight with Darrell Wise down there right in front of us, and also Jerome Reinhardt blocked a shot from behind on him. You can just see Ledger's like saying, "Why am I here?"
That's right. Well, Norristown, we said before this game and throughout the first half, if it comes down to a running game, Norristown is just going to blow Methacton out of this gymnasium and is going to be going for 100 points like we were in the pregame show. I think what you're going to have to see is for Methacton, someone during the second quarter, they tried to start taking the outside shot. Corrigan especially, he got the hot hand from Methacton. If you're going to slow things down, you're not going to be able to work the ball inside Norristown's zone. It's obvious tonight here for the Warriors. You're going to have to start popping from the outside and not show such a reluctance to do so.
So they're going to need somebody to shoot from the outside, somebody besides Corrigan, that's right. Mike Boggs maybe a little bit from the outside. He seems to be the player that they go with the high post, then down low to Ledger. That's been their play all night. Ledger moving back and forth across the line. And hey, it hasn't been effective. They only have 20 points after 2 quarters.
That's right, and you look at the slow-down offense, you can pass off the ball as much as you want, but 20 passes do not get you 2 points.
That's right.
Someone eventually has to do it. What they've been trying to do is go Ledger back door. I've seen Romano quite a few times. He'll come down to the top of the key, he'll wait there. Ledger and Boggs will run a crisscross pattern, and they're just waiting for someone to get open. But Jerome Reinhardt and Darren and Dante Woods always seem to be there blocking them off. And the few opportunities they have had to go inside, they haven't converted the easy layups. I think there's been a little intimidation here tonight by Norristown against Methacton. We saw, I think it was Boggs and we saw Ledger both. It was almost like they were hearing footsteps for the Norristown defense waiting for him to come in there when they had easy layups.
That's right. I think intimidation's got to be a factor in this ball game. I think in the second half, Methacton, they're going to have to control the ball. They're going to have to take the shot. As soon as they see the opening, take the outside shot, make the crisp passes, get the ball, at least towards the basket. You can't hold the ball for a minute and a half and try to come back from a 13-point deficit. All right, let's give you the scoring at least. Darren Queenan playing a fine ball game as usual. 13 points already here in the first half.
14 points for Darren.
14.
Even a better ball game for Darren, but he has been so consistent and so hot for the Eagles, and I think they're looking for him more on the offensive end.
Okay. Jerome Reinhardt, 8 points, the equal to the total he had in the Thomas Edison ball game. Dante Woods, 4 points. Darrell Wise, 7 points, and that's it for Norristown. Those 4 players, the only ones in the scoring column. And for Methacton,
well, Jerry Corrigan, as we said, he's been the only hot shooter for the Warriors. He has 10 points, most of them from the outside range. Mike Boggs, 5 points. Bill Ledger, 3, and John Romano, 2 for the Methacton total of 20.
Okay, we'll be back in just a moment. Let's see how this ball game fits.
Well, we're ready here for the second half tap. Going up for Norristown will be Darren Queenan. Going up for Methacton will be Mike Boggs. I'm Alan Raleigh, along with Jeff Brandon. We're bringing you this ball game courtesy of the Norristown Area School District. And we're going to have another re-jump here. Out there for Norristown in the dark blue uniforms. Center position, Dante Woods. 20. Strong forward is 24, Jerome Reinhardt. Small forward, number 12, Darren Queenan. The guards, 15, Darrell Wise. And number 5, Frank Dobbs. Wise coming up with it. Dante Woods, lob pass. Woods misses the layup. Woods gets his own rebound, though. Puts it up again off the glass. It doesn't fall. Queenan with the rebound now. Queenan, turnaround. What a dominance by Norristown underneath the boards. But they could not convert that time. Out there for Methacton, number 34, John Romano. Number 32, Jerry Corrigan. 20, Mike Boggs. Number 42, Bill Ledger. And number 22, Rick Kuhn. Make that Mike Kuhn. Well, once again, nothing new. Methacton just slowing things down here. Wise coming up with it. Wise bounce past the Dobbs, back to Wise, goes in for it, and Wise is called for traveling. It's a pretty play that time. Give and go between Wise and Dobbs, but it was no good. John Romano bringing it up court for the Eagles. Dante went up that time to try to block that shot by Boggs, and it looks like he just came down and turned over his ankle. So Dobbs will inbound in front of the Norristown bench. There you see head coach John Cresswell, head and hands. Earl Mitchell, the assistant coach. Darren Queenan hits it. So Darren has 16 points. 35-20.
For some insights about this opening minutes of the third quarter.
I would, but you weren't here.
Well, that's why I was expecting you to put me on the spot.
No, I'm a nice guy. That one's open for debate, too. I was waiting for you to say something. Wise misses the first one. He'll get a second attempt here. Wise, 1 for 2. Tried to Reinhardt, turnaround, doesn't fall. Loses his own rebound, goes over to Kuhn.
It's a beautiful play that time by Darrell Wise. Eagles really had good ball movement.
And we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Darren Queenan. Contact there. So Romano will inbound the ball in front of the Methacton bench. Or no, make that Corrigan trigger man on the play. I'm doing this a lot wrong. Kuhn has an opening, finally decides to put it up. Rainbow jumper that time, just kisses off the backboard right in the net.
Well, maybe Methacton's going to do what I was talking about, giving those players the outside shot, not wasting any time. Put the ball up if they have the man with the open jumper.
Well, even Kuhn was tentative that time as he finally put it up. Wise tries to go inside to Reinhardt. It's knocked out of bounds by Boggs. Dobbs, corner to Wise. Darrell. And a nice round of applause for the cheerleaders there of Methacton. Play about ready to resume. We have a substitution for the Eagles. Number 20, Wayne Denson, coming into the ball game. Darren Queenan going to the bench.
Hey, I'm impressed with those Methacton cheerleaders.
You're impressed with all the cheerleaders. Let's get down to it.
All right. I'll accept that.
Substitution in the ball game, number 14, Chris Mancini, the first substitution for Methacton. Phil Bugg right down in front of us now. Over to Dobbs. Wise open momentarily. Bounce pass for Reinhardt, goes out. Smart play by Jerome Reinhardt. Almost went for that one until he realized it was knocked out, I believe, on Boggs of Methacton. Wise to Jerome, he's open, left side of the key. Too short. Corrigan with it. .245 left to go in this third quarter. Norristown up 40-26. Boggs loses it because of Wise, but Corrigan recovers for Methacton. Cross court now to Kuhn. Kuhn drives in, his shot won't fall. Jerome Reinhardt, though, is going to be signaled for a foul here.
Foul that time is on Phil Bugg, I think, reaching over the top for the rebound.
Eagles still in their 2-3 zone there. Long outside by Corrigan, no good. Reinhardt has it. Dobbs, Wise, Darrell spotted Wayne open, but it was tapped out by Methacton. Dobbs to Wise in the corner. Back out to Frank. Lob pass intended for Reinhardt. No good though. Well, Jeff, Methacton's still staying somewhat close, between 10 and 14 points, but that was that opening deficit they started the game with.
Blocked that time by Wayne Denson as Mike Boggs went in for the shot.
Oh, and Corrigan found the range finally. He was 0 for 3 from that area, but he knocked that one in. 14 points now for Corrigan. Reinhardt misses Denson with the rebound. And Mike Boggs is going to be called for that foul. Wayne Denson will be going to the line. Denson came into the ball game and replaced Darren Queenan a couple moments ago. Minute 30 to go in this third quarter. Very fast-paced basketball game, even though Methacton has been trying to slow things down. Very quick ball game as far as time it's consumed. And Denson gets 1 for 2. 41-28. Offense mainly consisting of the outside shooting of Jerry Corrigan in this ball game. He has 16 of their 28 points. Correction, 14 of their 28 points, half of the total. Looks like Methacton will just patiently wait for that last shot. 1 minute left to go in this quarter. This is nothing new. They've consumed this much time most of their possessions anyway. Ooh, fans not too pleased with this method of offense, but Methacton picked this one. They'll only be 11 points down. Mancini open for the baseline, and he hits it. Ooh, and Mancini lets Darrell Wise know about that one. Just points a finger at Darrell and said he got it.
And you watch Darrell take the shot here right on top of Mancini. Nope. Okay, I'm glad to see Darrell do that. He didn't let that intimidate him.
I'm sure he will eventually, though, go over him. Wise in the corner now. He's double teamed by Ledger and Mancini. Goes back out to Dobbs. It's tapped away, though, by Corrigan over to Ledger with 12 seconds left. Ledger down to Mancini. Mancini's up. Some confusion there by Methacton. They blew a big opportunity. Frank Dobbs comes down the other end, goes in for the layup. 2 seconds left. Jerome Reinhardt slips there on the floor. That could have been costly there as Jerome went down hard. But he didn't hyperextend his knee or anything. So at the end of 3 quarters, Norristown up 43-30. And there you saw the tentativeness of Methacton we were speaking of earlier. Mancini went down there and they looked confused. They looked disoriented, didn't know what they wanted to do. They could have pulled within 9 points. Instead, Dobbs comes up with...
That's right. Mancini should have put the shot up over Phil Bug that time. He tried to go back outside. Norristown comes up with a big steal there and a good basket by Frank Dobbs. And we had even scoring in the third quarter. Both teams 10 points apiece. In an earlier action tonight, the Norristown JV squad defeated Methacton in a fine basketball game, 62-57, the final score there. A lot of tension, a lot of pressure in that ball game, had the fans really into it for a JV contest. And out on the court, same players who ended the third quarter. Dobbs, Bug, Wise, and Reinhardt for the Eagles. And it's going to be Phil Bug going up against Mike Boggs for the tap. Tap is won by Norristown. Darrell Wise comes away with it. Okay, they go over to Phil Bug on the far side. Phil puts the ball in the court inside to Darrell Wise. Darrell loses the ball, rolls around, gets it over to Wayne Denson. Wayne puts the shot up over Boggs. We're going to have a foul called down low. Basket is no good. Okay, Wayne Denson shooting 2. First one's good for Wayne. And Denson 2 for 2 from the line. 45-30, 15-point Norristown lead. We're just underway here in the final quarter of play. Okay, the shot from the sideline made by Kuhn won't go. Rebound by Jerome Reinhardt. Outlet to Frank Dobbs. He's got Wayne Denson on the right-hand side. He finds him. Wayne puts the shot up. Won't go. Darrell Wise fights for the rebound. He and Corrigan. Oh, it's got to be a pushing off foul. Oh. I don't know. Maybe the officials weren't looking for that call. They called out of bounds against Darrell Wise. Corrigan just pushed Darrell Wise right out of the way.
And he knew he got away with it, too. You can see that smile on his face as he was going to come get the ball and inbound it, too.
Okay, Mancini handling. Okay, Boone back out to Mancini. I don't believe this. What are they doing? They're down by 15 points.
Maybe they read the scoreboard wrong?
Timeout, Methacton.
You know, I think you have to look at what the directive is here. I mean, is Methacton trying to keep Norristown from scoring so many points in this ball game, or they're trying to win it?
That's what I want to know. Do they want a respectable loss, or do they want to try to win the ball game?
Yeah, I mean, we're not joking either when I think we're questioning. It doesn't really seem like Methacton. They're 15 points down. You're not going to go into a stall and waste a minute and a half off the clock each time you have possession of the ball. You want to go up there and you got to stop popping those shots.
All right, I don't know. There's the Methacton cheerleaders on and off the court for you. While we have a brief break in the action, we'd like to thank the Norristown Area School District. They bring you all these Norristown boys and girls basketball games. Tony Coy, Director of Communications for the Norristown Area School District, doing our directing tonight. Pete Callahan and Dan Coughlin helping out with the camera work. Okay, brings the ball back into play. It's Mancini. Over to Kuhn, down to Mancini in the far corner. Nope, doesn't want the shot, gets it into the ledger. Good play. Oh, blocked by Wayne Denson. Goaltending. Okay, Phil Bugg had the partial block there. It was a good block. Wayne Denson tried to add to it, knocked the ball off the glass, and of course that's an automatic goaltending call.
Over-aggressive.
45-32, 6:40 left to go in the ball game. Frank Dobbs, Darrell Wise in the backcourt for the Eagles. Dante Woods and Darren Queenan have been on the bench here since midway through the third quarter. Bounce pass down low to Denson, puts the shot up, won't go for him. Rebound by Reinhardt. Let's put the shot up. We're going to have a traveling call. Nope, offensive foul called against Jerome Reinhardt. Maybe he threw an elbow, pushed his hips around in there, but it's going to be Methacton's ball.
One cowbell was left.
I wouldn't exactly say there's a lot of electricity here in the fans.
I don't think there's a lot of anything here right now with the fans. They're watching Methacton. I think they're lulling the fans asleep just like Norristown at times.
Kuhn takes the ball down low. Going to have traveling. What's the call? No, going to be a foul against Frank Dobbs, maybe?
Reinhardt.
Foul on Reinhardt. Well, maybe if they get Jerome Reinhardt, Dante Woods, and Darren Queenan out of the ball game, it'll be a little bit closer.
No.
Okay.
What insightful commentary. You know, we're not going to be real popular up in the areas we reach in the Methacton School District.
That's right. Those Lower Providence fans won't be tuning us in too often. Oh, the 1-on-1 situation. Shots missed by Methacton. Back outside. Okay, there's a foul called against number 22, Mike Kuhn. Reinhardt didn't like that one. He just pointed right at Mike Kuhn and said, yeah, you fouled me, buddy. The officials agreed.
I don't know. I wouldn't mess with Jerome. He's a little, you know, big.
It's a lot big.
Yeah. Interesting to see the note last night. Well, it won't be last night when this game is aired, but against Edison Inventors in that ball game, Vince Stulia, the Georgia Bulldogs, was up looking at Jerome and, of course, his twin brother, Jeff. Yeah, you didn't know that? I read the note. Did we see him? I think he was the guy that asked you where you from.
Frank Dobbs, nope, goes down on the floor. Darrell Wise puts the shot up from the corner. Nope, short rebound by Phil Bugg. Nice tap by Phil Bugg. Just lofts the ball into the basket. Okay, Phil's got 4 points. 47-32 the score. And Phil's played a good game. Not too many points here, but he's filling in very well for Dante Woods and Darren Queenan. Okay, Methacton's still in that stall game. I can't believe it, but that's the way it's going. Mancini over to Corrigan. He's got Kuhn down in the corner. Phil Bugg comes out on him. Corrigan drives right by. Wayne Denson puts the shot up, and it's good for Mike Corrigan. 47-34. Make that Jerry Corrigan with the basket. Lob pass into Reinhardt. Good play by Wise. Reinhardt's got the basket. Gonna have a foul call to number 22, Mike Kuhn. So as we said, Reinhardt with the basket, and on the other side it was Jerry Corrigan adding 2 more points to his total, making it 16. And well, Alan, you're getting your wish. Norristown's starting to substitute. Dwayne Jones, number 4, into the ball game now. Shot missed by Reinhardt, but Phil Bugg comes away with it. Now it's out to Dwayne Jones. Jones, number 4, in there into the ball game. Shot from the outside by Dwayne. Rebound back outside to Darrell Wise. Good play by Phil Bugg. Wise puts the shot up. Won't go for him. Okay, foul's going to be called on number 42, Bill Ledger of Methacton. Pushed off there on on Jerome Reinhardt. It'll be Norristown's ball from the baseline. Do we have a 1-on-1 situation? Yes, we do. Jerome will be at the line. Reinhardt makes this one. He'll have another opportunity. Score 50-34. Norristown up by 16 points. 4:47 left to go in the game. Reinhardt, this one won't go for him. Rebound by Corrigan. Looks for some help. Okay, puts it to the floor and gives it to number 14, Chris Mancini. Mancini, lob pass into Boggs, pushing off. Okay, Mike Boggs just put his hand on Phil Bugg's hips, pushed off, and Phil will go to the line, shooting 1-and-1 on the other side. Or will he? Yes, he will. Shooting 1-and-1, makes the first one. So 5 points now for Phil in this ball game. Won't go for him. And Corrigan comes away with it for the Warriors. Goes down low to number 30, just into the ball game. Won't go. Rebound by Phil Bugg. Number 30 is Mike Sobek. Down at Darrell Wise. Nice play. Wise off the glass. Beats Jerry Corrigan on the right side of the court. 53-34 by 19. 10 points for Darrell Wise. We have just over 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. Sobek with the ball. Over to Romano, who's back in there. Go down low to Corrigan. Puts the shot up from the corner. Won't go. Rebound by Ledger. Nice play by Ledger. His shot won't go. Well, Mike Boggs puts it up and in. And even right there, Alan, he looked tentative again.
That's right. Phil Bugg was just standing right behind him, but Boggs decided to double pump that time before he finally put it in.
Okay, it's 3:33 left to go. Frank Dobbs, high arcing shot won't go. Rebound by Wise, shoots it into Jerome Reinhardt. Reinhardt puts the shot up, basket's good. We're going to try for the 3-point play once again. Jerome Reinhardt really doing a good job inside, and his 15 points are evidence of that. Of course, Darren Queenan's been sitting out for almost a quarter now. He left the ball game with 16 points, still a high scorer for the Eagles. Reinhardt with a 3-point play. Not largest lead of the ball game, 56-36.
I think it's blowout time, don't you?
I think it's substitution time.
Yeah, this is your time of the game.
Only because I know these fellas from school. Nice steal by Darrell Wise. Wise knocks the ball out of bounds. And there's a substitution. Stan Hadrick coming in to replace Frank Dobbs. Frank played a fine ball game, only 2 points. But Frank's not a scorer for Norristown. He's there to run the show, bring the ball up court. Lob pass comes inside. Nope. Almost stolen by Norristown. John Romano comes up with it for the Warriors. By him to be on top of that ball. Corrigan from the outside shoots an air ball. Rebound by Ledger. It was a good play by Ledger. He waited to put the shot up, and Darrell Wise just came down on top of him to foul him.
Have you noticed that Chuck Walker came out with about a minute left, or 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter? He's not on the bench any longer for Norristown, never reappeared.
Chuck hurt his ankle, I believe. I saw Norristown manager go for some ice. I think Chuck hurt his ankle.
Astute.
And that's around and falls for number 42, Bill Ledger. Ledger misses the second one, rebound by Dwayne Jones.
Got 1 point.
Dwayne Jones shoots it down to Jerome Reinhardt, dribbles right around number 42 Ledger with the easy layup. 18 points now for Jerome Reinhardt. 58-37, Eagles by 2:45 left to go. Pass goes down low to Boggs. Phil Bugg is there. They go back outside of Ledger. Up over top of Phil Bugg. Shot won't go. Rebound by Sobek. He puts the shot up. This one's no good. Rebound by Corrigan. With the shot bounces around. Methacton really fighting under the boards there. It's going to be Norristown's ball. Yeah, it's a shame. They put up 4 shots. Couldn't get anything to go for them. That's frustration time here for Methacton. Stan Hadrick goes over to the corner. Dwayne Jones. He'll take the jumper. Dwayne's shot won't go by Phil Bugg. Back out to Hadrick. Stan puts the ball to the floor, gets it over to Darrell Wise. Okay, this is where you try to get these players into the books here. Let them score. Darrell Wise over to Hadrick. Hadrick's going to put the shot up. Off the glass, won't go for Stan. Dwayne goes for the tap there, and he pushes off on the back of number 20, Mike Boggs. So Boggs will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. 2:06 is the time here. Eagles with a 21-point lead. For all intents and purposes, this ball game is over. Yep, it's clean time with 2 minutes left to go here. Romano goes down low to Boggs. Reinhardt still in there, puts the shot up. Falls for Boggs, and the foul is called on Jerome Reinhardt. So, Methacton gets 2, have a chance for 3. And the next stoppage player, we're going to have a couple other substitutions for the Eagles. Oh, I don't believe that the Methacton coach is going to do this to me. He's going to put 5 players into the ball game at one time. He can't be serious. Boggs misses the shot, but the rebound by Corrigan. Corrigan puts the shot up to make it a 4-point play for Methacton. Jerry Corrigan with the basket, 58-41, 1:46 left to go. Hadrick back out to Jones, over to Anthony. He puts the jumper up. Mike Anthony won't go. Rebound by Reinhardt. They fight for it. White ball. Jerome doesn't like, oh, look at these substitutions. Oh, help me, help me. All right. Into the ball game for Norristown, number 22, Chris Shields, and number 13, Leroy Johnson, as Reinhardt, Bugg, and Wise all take a seat. Okay, in there for Methacton, number 4, Kelly Harmer, number 24, Kyle Satterwhite, number 10, Paul Astorino, and the pass goes out of bounds by number 12 for the Warriors, Steve Meeker. And the only player still in there is Boggs. 4 substitutions for the Warriors. Okay, Satterwhite goes over to Astorino. They go down low to Harmer. Harmer goes over to number 12, Meeker. Meeker puts the shot up, and it's good. So we have 1:08 left to go in the ball game. It's a 15-point Eagle advantage, 58-43. Leroy Johnson almost travels, gets the ball over to Stan Hadrick. So we have all subs in there for both teams, except for Boggs, the only player remaining. Leroy Johnson's fouled by number 24, Kyle Satterwhite. And number 30, Mike Sobek enters the ball game, replacing Boggs, the last seat. So we have 10 fresh players in there. 54 seconds is the time.
Same score.
Leroy's shot won't go, shooting 1-and-1. Rebound by number 10, Paul Astorino.
The second rubber band of the year.
Astorino puts the shot up, won't go. Rebound by Harmer, blocked by Chris Shields. Shields comes up with it, nope. Methacton steps over the end line, so it'll be Norristown's ball. Into Stan Hadrick. Stan Hadrick really finds some opposition there in the middle of the lane, obviously fouled, and he'll go to the line shooting 2, I believe. Blocking foul. Hadrick, oh, this one won't go for him. Rebound by Chris Shields, got good position. Shields with the layup. Satterwhite. They go over to Meeker. Shot's good for him. 4 points now for Steve Meeker. 17 seconds left to go in the ball game. 60-45 the score. Steal almost by Satterwhite. Leroy Johnson picks it up, gets it down to Chris Shields in the corner. Picks the ball up, Dan Hadrick. Hadrick stripped of the ball by Kyle Satterwhite. Norristown's ball with 6 seconds remaining. Leroy Johnson from the outside, no, won't go. Rebound by Shields, 2-1. Puts the shot up, won't go for him with the buzzer. Final score, 60-45. Norristown raises their record of 14-2. We'll be back in just a moment with the final scoring for you. Final score 60-45. Alan, it wasn't a bad ball game for Norristown. They played well, not particularly dominating, but it was more or less what we expected.
Well, I think it was a good ball game for Norristown, but it's amazing how, boy, these bleachers can really start shaking when they start leaving here. But it's amazing how another team with a slow down type of offense can make team's performance look much worse than it really is. And I think that's what Methacton accomplished. That they didn't accomplish too much more. I mean, they didn't get blown out of the building or anything, but from the opening minutes, they were 10-0 down within 2 minutes of the start of this ball game, and they never recovered from it. They went with that patient offense all game long, and it got them a loss.
Yeah, they were behind by 15 points in the first quarter, and that's the way it wound up. They were very balanced going into the third quarter. In fact, they tied Norristown in scoring in the third quarter of play, and they lost by 5 in the fourth quarter. Big deal.
I'll never be a coach or anything like that, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. Fine, you come down, you come out of the ball game, or come into a ball game, and you go with the slow offense, and you prevent the other team from building up any type of momentum and speeding up the tempo. But it's not going to win you a ball game. That's all. It just never will. It doesn't do it for Dean Smith at North Carolina. If it doesn't do it for him, then it won't do it for anybody. Sooner or later, you have to break out here and start trying to do something on your own and take advantage. I never saw that tonight with Methacton.
Okay, this was a nice breather, I think, for Norristown. Playing Methacton here, they really weren't too worried coming into the ball game, and they had reason not to be. They had a nice, easy win, 60-45, 15-point victory. They had a tough game against Edison. They have some extremely tough ball games coming up. Ben Franklin, their second to the last game of the season, a killer. Rico Washington, formerly of Franklin High School, Frankfurt High School. We saw him. Right. We've seen him play before. And they've got 2 Bethlehem teams coming up. They have Chester coming up. They've got a tough schedule ahead of them, and they have a tough schedule behind them already. They've played some tough games this year.
And it was a good ball game for Norristown because coming off of that loss to Edison, it got them back in the win column. Got changed, if they had any problems as far as, being down on themselves, although they had no reason to because they played a fine game against Edison, they eliminated most of them tonight. It was a good overall effort for the Eagles.
Well, 14-2 now, unless they really fall apart, they're going to be in District 1. There's no way they're not going to be with 36 teams going to the playoffs this year. It was a fine ball game and a balanced attack from Norristown.
Yeah, very balanced attack. Matter of fact, Jerome Reinhardt led the way, 18 points. Darren Queenan was extremely hot, 16 points, and he sat out most of the third and all the fourth quarter.
Quarter and a half.
Darrell Wise, 10 points. He was followed by, let's see here, Phil Bugg came off the bench. Good game by Phil, 5 points in the game. Frank Dobbs had 2. Dante Woods had 4 points. He left in the third quarter with a sprained left ankle. Wayne Denson had 3 points. Shields had 2 points.
Okay.
Methacton?
Right, Methacton. Jerry Corrigan, definitely the hot man for the Warriors tonight. 18 points, almost all of them from the outside. As well for them, we had Mike Boggs, the man who started at center, number 20. He had 11 points in the ball game. Bill Ledger, frustrated Bill Ledger, had 4 points in this ball game. He really had some tough times down low. They really tried to go to him early, and it didn't work. Steve Meeker, 4 points off the bench here in the last 2 minutes of the ball game. Chris Mancini, 2 from the bench. John Romano, 2. Mike Kuhn, 2 as well.
That's right. What more can you say? It was a Norristown win, 60-45. Not a bad ball game, either way you look.
Okay, we'd like to thank Pete Callahan and Dan Coughlin for their fine camera work this evening. Tony Coya for his camera